Well, welcome back to the shed. As the more observant of you would have noticed, there's something missing. Yeah, I decided to take the engine out, so I'll clean up the engine out of the frame, clean all the crap off the frame, ready for epoxy coating. So it's under the bench at the moment, looking sorry for itself, but I will spend a bit of time. I'm going to tart it up, polish up the main casing, side casings, nicely polishing up, and also I've taken the rocker cover off, so that's currently being polished and sorted out. It's coming up not too bad. There's a fair bit of corrosion on it, but as I said on my first video, it all seems to be coming off with a bit of wire wool. Good old Wilkinson's comes up trumps again. Just start off with the coarse and work your way through to the fine, and then finally polish up with auto sol, and it seems to do the trick. Brilliant, good stuff. You may have recalled that last time I said that I wouldn't be taking all the lugs off. Well, guess what? I've decided after much soul searching to take the lugs off, mainly because I did want them gone, but also that it was very unlikely that the gussets would line up with anything I wanted to do. So I thought, rather than compromise on it, what I'll do is I'll take them off, and if I do need any bracketry put on there, then I'll just weld them on, and I think that's probably the best policy. So what I've done, as I said before, the helmet lock has gone, the rear gusset has gone here, that's all been taken back. I angle ground it off, and then what I've done, I've hand filed it, similar to what I did on the swing arm, because I didn't want to gouge into the material, and I've just taken my time, and it's come out okay. It's pretty good. I put a cure rust on it just to protect it until the weather gets a bit warmer and I can start laying some paint on, which is quite frustrating at the moment because I'm really keen to get to lay some paint on, but still fair way to go yet. Mainly the rear hoop. I spent some time doing this. You may recall from the last video, I've cut it down a bit. I've made two mild steel plugs actually go in there. They're turned down so it fits snug, well, fairly snug in there, but nice and snug in the actual hoop itself. And what I'll do is I might drill a hole on each of these and plug weld it, and then hold it up and just tack it, and then run round a bead of weld around the outside. So that's all going according to plan. It's just a bit nippy out here at the moment, so that's quite good. I've actually managed to get something there, and with the seat in place, which I'll make sure I don't try and drop the bloody thing. That fits down there, and when that's actually in place, sorry for the shaky bloody videoing, but it's hard to do this one-handed, as the actress said to the bishop. So that's how it's going to go. It's going to sort out on that side. Once I've got the weld done, I can put the seat on. You may recall from the first video I was a bit perturbed how I could put the battery and the CDI and whatever, goodness knows what. What I found on eBay is they do the Lucas rubber type battery case with no guts. So I've ordered one of those. I've also ordered a UASA 2.8 ampere hour 12 volt battery, which, as soon as it doesn't have to do engine start duty, should be okay. It will keep the lights running if I haven't installed it or whatever, and that will fit down in this area here. So probably I'm going to take that out. The box will fit down here. I can put the battery on one side. There's enough room around the battery to actually put the CDI next to it. I'll just make sure that there's no possibility of any corrosive gases coming out and affecting the CDI, but I'll probably put a partition in there just to snug it up. But that's ordered that today, so that should be coming through by the end of the week. So it just neats it up. I do want to keep this area nice and free, but I don't think there's any other way of doing it and having a decent capacity battery in there. I could have a smaller capacity battery, say a 0.8 ampere hour, but it's only 800 milliampere hours, and that's not worth diddly squat. So I thought, sod it, go for it. So that's that bit of it. I've also managed. There's so much stuff coming through now. Our postman Pat's having a bit of a problem handling it all. But this arrived today, and what it is, it's a I got it off eBay. There's a guy that makes mud guards. This is 3mm aluminium, hand beaten or handmade bobber type rear mud guard. So I bought one of those, and that will fit snugly underneath there. Give me a bit of clearance underneath there. Dodgy camera work again, but I'm sorry about that. So that should go underneath there. Give me a bit of clearance on the back wheel, so it gives the desired effect. And then what I'll do is make a bracket that fits on top of the hoop to mount the rear light and number plate. I was contemplating having a side mount number plate and light, but I don't think they're legal in this country. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't want to be pulled up by the boys in blue. So I'm probably gonna. I could do it at a later date. It's not a problem, but I'm probably, for the sake of not getting pulled by the fuzz, oi, I'll probably just stick to the rear light in the traditional place. So that's about it at the moment. He says, moving towards the front of the bike. I've actually managed to make a. This is all dry fitting anyway. A couple of small brackets to mount the speedometer on. Now these fit quite nicely around the speedo. But I've also managed to, smart ass, put the headlight on, dry fit the headlamp, and the actual brackets fit on the stanchions quite nicely. It's all just kind of roughly located at the moment. So I'm quite pleased, because where the speedo drive is, there's a little hole, so I should be able to feed the speedo drive up through the headlamp to locate onto the speedo itself. The only problem I can foresee is there's a lot of wiring as well going into that headlamp, so I might need to push it in with a barge pole and try and cram it shut before it all goes tits up. But that's just an update for now. I'm trying to get a bit more done when I can. Took this afternoon off work, so I've come home and I'm going to sort it out. I'm off tomorrow afternoon and the rest of the week, so while the missus is at work, I can enjoy myself in the shed, and I'll do a bit of the bike. So thanks for watching. What I'll do, I'll keep you updated once I get the few more bits and pieces, something a bit more interesting. I'll video it and put it on YouTube.